Welcome to a new, exciting tutorial where the complex becomes easy. Today, we're going to tackle an intriguing aspect of coding with an approach that's as straightforward as it is engaging. We'll be breaking down concepts and techniques into digestible bites, making them accessible to everyone. Whether you're just starting out or already have some experience under your belt. Our journey will be hands-on, so you'll not only learn, but also get to apply your newfound knowledge in real time. We'll be focusing on a hot topic in the coding world, something that's not only trendy, but also poses a common challenge for many. And don't worry, we've got your back. We'll walk you through every step, and by the end, you'll have a solid grasp of the concept and the satisfaction of a job well done. So gear up as we dive into the world of coding. Today, we're tackling machine learning. Yes, creating a simple machine learning model. This fascinating realm of coding has been making waves in the tech world, and for good reason. Machine learning is not just a buzzword. It's a powerful tool that's shaping our future, from predictive analytics to autonomous vehicles and beyond. Our primary focus will be on a project that's both practical and trendy, constructing a basic machine learning model. This model will serve as a stepping stone, helping you understand the core concepts of machine learning. We'll be dealing with real-world data, making the experience even more exciting and relatable. This model has the potential to address common challenges faced by many, such as data analysis, prediction, and decision-making. By the end of this tutorial, you should be able to create a simple machine learning model from scratch. So, are you ready to build your first machine learning model? Before we start coding, let's understand the structure. A well-structured code is essentially the backbone of any programming project. It's not just about getting the code to work, it's about making it understandable and manageable. One of the best ways to achieve this is through modularity. Think of your code as a set of building blocks, each performing a specific function. This makes your code easier to debug, maintain, and expand. Now let's talk about comments. Imagine trying to decipher a foreign language without a dictionary. That's what it's like reading code without comments. Comments are your coding dictionary. They explain what each part of your code does, making it readable not just for you, but for others as well. So don't skimp on them. Be clear, be concise, and most importantly, be consistent. Remember, good code is like a well-written story. It's all about structure and clarity. Now, we're ready to start coding. Our journey begins with setting up our environment. We'll be using Python for our code, and Jupyter Notebook as our integrated development environment, or IDE. So first things first, let's open up Jupyter Notebook. Next, let's import the libraries we'll need. Type import pandas as PD and import numpy as NP. These libraries are essential for data manipulation and scientific computing respectively. We're now ready to import our dataset. We'll use pandas for this. Type df =pdarread CSV dataset CSV. This line of code reads our CSV file and assigns it to the variable df. Next, let's explore our data. Type df.head. This function gives us a glimpse of the first 5 rows of our dataset. Now we move on to data pre-processing. This step is crucial to ensure our machine learning model can understand the data. Let's handle missing values first. Type df =df.dropNar. This function removes any rows with missing values. Now, let's split our data into features and labels. Features are the inputs to our model, while labels are the outputs we want to predict. We'll use the function train_test_split from sklearn. Type from sklearn model selection import train_test_split to import it. Finally, we're ready to create our machine learning model. We'll use a simple linear regression model from sklearn. Type from sklearn linear model import linear regression to import it. Then type model =linear regression to initialize our model. Next, train the model with our data. Type model fit xtrain y_train. This line of code teaches our model the relationship between our features and labels. Now let's evaluate our model. Type model score xtest y_test. This function returns the accuracy of our model, and voila! You've just created your first machine learning model. See, coding isn't as intimidating as it seems, is it? Now it's your turn to try. Let's get our hands dirty with some real coding. Remember, practice is key to mastering any skill, and coding is no different. As we dive in, keep in mind that making mistakes is part of the process. In fact, encountering errors and debugging them is how we learn and grow as coders. So don't be discouraged if your code doesn't run perfectly the first time. We've all been there, staring at a sea of red error messages, wondering where it all went wrong. But fear not, here are some common pitfalls to watch out for. Firstly, syntax errors. These are often as simple as a missing semicolon or a mismatched bracket. A keen eye for detail is your best defense against these pesky bugs. Secondly, logical errors. These are trickier, as your code might run without any error messages, but it doesn't do what you want it to do. Carefully stepping through your code and using print statements can help you catch these elusive errors. Thirdly, watch out for runtime errors. These happen when your code tries to do something that can't be done, like dividing by zero or accessing an array element that doesn't exist. Good error handling practices can prevent these from crashing your program. Remember to take advantage of your development environment's debugging tools. They are there to help you understand what's happening in your code and find any bugs that might be lurking there. Now let's code along together. Take your time, don't rush, and don't hesitate to pause and replay any parts of the tutorial you find challenging. As we move through the code, try to understand not just what each line does, but why it's there. What problem does it solve? How does it contribute to the overall functionality of our program? Finally, once your code is working, don't stop there. Experiment with it. Make changes, break it, fix it. That's how you'll truly understand and master the concepts we've covered. Great job! You're becoming a real coder. Let's talk about the tools you'll need. To bring our coding project to life, we'll be using a few essential platforms and tools. First up, we'll need a programming language. For this, we're going with Python, known for its simplicity and versatility. Next, we'll require an integrated development environment, or IDE. We'll use Visual Studio Code, a free open-source editor that supports Python and many other languages. For those keen on blockchain development, we'll be utilizing Truffle Suite, a development environment, testing framework, and asset pipeline for blockchains. Now, don't worry if you don't have these tools at your disposal just yet. We've got you covered. In the description below, you'll find links to download Python, Visual Studio Code, and Truffle Suite, along with their respective documentation for further reading. Remember, having the right tools at your fingertips is a game changer. With the right tools, you're ready to conquer any coding challenge. But how does this apply to the real world, you might ask? Well, the beauty of coding is that it's not just an abstract concept. It's a practical tool that we use to solve everyday problems. For instance, the machine learning model we've just created can be used to predict trends in data, like stock market movements or customer behavior. It's like having a crystal ball that can see into the future. On the other hand, the blockchain application we've put together could be the backbone of a new, decentralized financial system. It's a technology that's transforming industries, from banking to supply chain management. Each line of code we write is a building block. Combined, they form the foundations of applications that can change the way we live, work, and play. So as you delve deeper into coding, remember that you're not just learning a new language. You're acquiring a skill that can shape the world around you. Remember, coding isn't just about typing on a keyboard. It's about solving real-world problems. And that's it. You've built your first machine learning model. We started from scratch, selecting a relevant and current coding project. We underlined the importance of a modular code structure, making it easier to understand and debug. We navigated through each step, breaking down complex concepts into manageable chunks. We coded together, and you got to experience firsthand how to solve common errors and debug effectively. We discussed the essential tools and platforms, providing you with the knowledge to set up your coding environment. We connected the dots between what you've learned and its real-world application, highlighting the practical utility of the code you developed. You've not only understood the theory behind machine learning, but you've also got your hands dirty with actual coding, a critical step in mastering any programming language. Congratulations on your achievement. Keep exploring, keep coding, and above all, keep having fun with it.